We are halfway through the month, and that means I'm halfway through with my zero spend grocery budget challenge. Today, I'm here to update you on how things are going. I'll share what we ate, what we spent, and I'll let you know how the coffee saga is going and if that's going to blow the budget for us this month. Hi, my name's Laura, and I invite you to make yourself at home while we go through a zero spend grocery budget challenge together. So, real quick, for those who may not be familiar with it, a zero spend grocery budget challenge is where we try to spend as close to $0 as possible. I do make a very small allowance for essential dairy and produce. And as you've picked up on, I goofed and forgot to plan for coffee. So, that's also an essential item for us. But I set my personal goal at $10 per week. And we had one other curveball with a house guest that's coming to join us the last week of the month. We're very excited about that, but I do need to make a few allowances for that as well. I'd already determined I was going to add $10 to $20 into the budget just for that. Here in this house, we have 3 mouths to feed typically. It's my husband and myself, and we have a 5-year-old daughter. So with all of that in mind, I'm going to share with you just how this past week has gone. The first thing I'll tell you is one thing I'm doing this month that I'm probably doing a little more of than normal is I'm making bread. I like to make bread on a regular basis, but I'm making a little bit more than I normally would. We don't always make our own sandwich bread, but I'm doing that for this month. Other than that, we're eating pretty much the same things we would normally. We are trying to be very mindful and intentional about our meals and especially about our leftovers and using up everything that we have and not being wasteful. With all of that in mind, I'll show you some of the things that we ate this past week. Our breakfasts and lunches tend to stay pretty similar from week to week. We keep a lot of the same things on hand and just rotate through them. And dinner is where we get a bit more of our variety. This is my typical Sunday morning breakfast of yogurt, fruit, and granola. Dinner tonight is buffalo chicken wraps. So I've got our tortillas ready with some ranch dressing, and we like to cook a couple buffalo tenders, and I just chop those up. I've got some chopped lettuce and tomato, and then we'll top it off with some cheese, and that'll be dinner. And here are the wraps all put together. These are really yummy. Monday lunch for my daughter is a peanut butter and jelly with pretzels, and I'm having a leftover slice of pizza. So I'm jumping on here to share this little breakfast idea I came up with. You know, necessity is the mother of invention, they say. I don't think I'd qualify this as necessity, but I had some cream cheese icing left over from something else a couple weeks ago. Don't want to waste it, don't want to throw it away, but I was trying to think of something to do with it. And I decided to make a piece of toast. I'm going to spread some icing on it and sprinkle some cinnamon over the top. And not a cinnamon roll, but not a horrible backup either. It's time for lunch on Tuesday, and today we're going to have a grilled cheese on some homemade sourdough, a side of some fruit, and just a few veggie straws. Tuesday night dinner is loaded baked potatoes. We topped our potatoes with some beans that we had left over in the refrigerator, and then some fresh pulled pork, and added some cheese and sour cream to the top. This morning I made some homemade bagels and just pulled them out of the oven. I'm going to give a few minutes to rest, and then we're going to slice them open and have some fresh bagels for breakfast this morning. For lunch on Wednesday, we're having salads. We had some leftover grilled chicken and fried chicken from eating out a couple days earlier. So we used that up, had to add a little bit of fresh grilled chicken, but that completes the meal for us. Dinner tonight is pulled pork nachos. It's a family favorite of ours. We just take some tortilla chips, sprinkle a little bit of cheddar cheese, and some pulled pork on nachos and bake those in the oven for about 5 minutes. And then we've got some queso that I have made up here and some barbecue sauce that we will drizzle on nachos. And that's dinner tonight. Dinner tonight is some tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. Dinner tonight is spaghetti with meatballs and a side salad, and we've got some garlic bread in the toaster right now. You probably noticed in the list of meals that we ate last week that we ate out several times. Sometimes that happens, sometimes we're a little better about that. But one thing I would mention, even though this is a grocery budget challenge, most of those times that we ate out were actually at a very discounted rate. We're big couponers. And when I went back and looked at it, we actually spent about 50% of what regular menu prices were. So we really didn't spend that much overall in eating out. And just a little teaser, I plan to do a video in the months to come where we talk about ways to eat out on a budget and just little tips and tricks. But I just thought I'd mention that, particularly since last week had eating out listed so many times. Okay, now let's take a look at the things that I purchased this past week. Here are all the items I purchased last week. So I made a trip to Kroger and they had a weekend sale where potatoes were $1.99 for a 5-pound bag. So I got 2 of those. I actually have an event coming up this weekend, a potluck that we're attending, and I'll do something with potatoes for that. And we also have our company coming. And so my plan is to make either a potato soup or a potato corn chowder or something along those lines that we can have to eat on through the week. And of course I had to restock on milk, and I was not planning to purchase these meat items, but I happened upon an incredible clearance sale. They had this ham marked down to 99 cents a pound, and these 12-ounce containers of smoked sausage marked down to 99 cents a container as well. So I decided to get on the expiration date on these is really far out. Like these are mid-March and this is actually April. So I decided to get them so I would have on hand for my company. So we can either add ham to the soup if we want to, or we can have it for sandwiches, and this will make a nice snack or even like a sheet pan meal or something like that. But I figured for the money, for the price, it was worth it to grab it. So at Kroger, I spent a total of $9.31. And there you see the beloved coffee. So I found this on Amazon and I spent $12.25. That should get us through the month. But that was where I found my coffee. And so the total for my week was $21.56. And that brings my total for the month to $35.24. Now, if I give myself an extra $20 for my company, that leaves me about $25 to finish out the month. I think I can do that. It's going to be tight, but I think in spite of the coffee, we can probably make that work. So now that you're up to speed on all the expenses so far, let's start thinking about next week. I'm going to check out what's in my refrigerator and freezer and pantry first, so let's go do that. Okay, let's check out the refrigerator. We restocked with milk a couple days ago, so we're good there. And probably till the end of the month, we've got a few more little odds and ends here, a few little leftovers right there. And then we've got some leftover tomato soup, which there will be a video on that pretty soon. And a leftover piece of pizza, oatmeal bars, leftover spaghetti. So we'll probably be eating on these things for the next couple days. And we've got a little bit of fruit left, not a whole lot, but we've got a few fresh strawberries and a few apples. So I will need to restock at least by the end of this week, especially with company coming next weekend. And we have a couple heads of lettuce. So we'll have a few more salads in the upcoming days, some carrots, and that's some chopped up lettuce. But that's about it for the produce drawer. And we're pretty good on cheese, really good on sliced cheese. We have a little more block that we can use to slice or shred up if needed. And let's see. And here are the smoked sausage that I showed you and the ham. And we've got a little bit of pepperoni. So we've got pretty good deli meat type stuff. We're good there. Now let's check out this freezer. It doesn't look too different than last week. We've still got, a good little supply of veggies right there. We've got breakfast breads right here, English muffins. We've got one bagel left. Plenty of sausage. And then down here is our convenience items. We did use up a couple of those things this week, but we've still got plenty. There's our grilled chicken, fried chicken. So let's see, and some egg rolls, and that's buffalo chicken. So we've got a nice little stock of chicken and meatballs and bacon, and there's sausage back there. Take a little field trip out to the garage, and still got plenty of beans. That will not change anytime soon. Plenty of chicken broth. We've used some this past week, but that's okay. We've got a good stock, and haven't even touched the berries or broccoli this last week. Still got our lasagna, and we still got a couple other convenience items. This will probably get used very soon. And just some breakfast sandwiches. And then let's see, still have pretty much all of our meats are the same in the bottom. Didn't use too much of that this last week. And then nuts and butter. So we're good for this month. Now let's head back in and look at the pantry. So my flour is just about gone. We're good on sugar there on the counter, but as I showed you last week, we've got everything in there, and we're still good on all the other supplies, all the other baking and seasonings in here. I did not show you this part of my pantry last week. I call it my pantry. It's just a cabinet. I do not have any other form of a pantry. And because of that, I don't keep a large stock of these things, especially canned goods, but we're good, especially on green beans. That's kind of our go-to canned vegetable. There's our rice and pastas and a few other little things, some quick pastas and potatoes. And over here we have some snack items. So that's kind of convenient right there. And up here we have a few chips. Don't have a lot of those, but enough, and more than enough to get through the next 2 weeks. And there are crackers as well. Here are my nut butters and sauces and oils and syrups and things that don't have to be refrigerated. So I think we're good there. Vegetable oil is getting a little bit low, but I think we might make it. I think we're probably okay. So now let's take a look at the plan for next week, and I'll do the same thing this week. I'm not going to list it in a day-to-day form, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm actually just going to leave it like I did last week and divide it into breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, and dinner ideas, because that just tends to work better for me. So I'll let you take a look at that now. As I mentioned previously, the breakfast and lunch list are going to look pretty similar to last week's list, but for dinner this week, I have a few plans to make other things. I'm going to make a chicken pot pie. I'm planning to make breakfast casserole. We'll have some country ribs and vegetables, and I have a couple extra ideas in case we need them. One thing that happened about a week ago was we ran out of Belvitas. We like the Belvita breakfast biscuits. They really come in handy when you're in a pinch in the morning and about to walk out the door but need something quick and easy. So I was looking for a recipe that might be a good alternative. And I came up with an idea for oatmeal bars. So my daughter hopped in the kitchen with me, and I'm going to show you some footage of that. Even though I don't show her face, I thought you might like to see her little hands as she's helping me in the kitchen.
May I help?
That little voice was very hard for me to pass up, as you see. Even though I did not have intentions of filming the video like this, I did not want to turn her down. So what I'm looking for in this recipe is something that can be handheld without being messy, so that we can eat it on the go, in the car, that kind of thing. With that in mind, I did some searching on the internet and came up with this recipe for oatmeal bars. So I was pretty excited to give it a try. All the ingredients in it are very simple and basic. You have your oats and your flour, cinnamon, salt, and then you have a mixture of butter and eggs and milk and vanilla. And you basically just get everything mixed together. And at that point, you can add any add ins that you like. There is some maple syrup as the sweetener. I knew I had all the ingredients on hand for this, so decided to give it a try. And I did get a little bit concerned at the point that I added the maple syrup because I just had a hunch it was not going to be quite sweet enough for our taste. I considered going ahead and adding some more sweetener in at that point, but decided against it. Thought I would just go with the recipe as it was written. In retrospect, I wish I'd gone with my gut because the finished product just wasn't to our liking, honestly. I'm not going to share the recipe with you at this point. I am going to work on it and see if I can tweak it and get it to something that we really enjoy. I'm adding the mix in at this point. The one I chose to add was dried cherries. I have several of those on hand and was looking for ways to use them up. So this was the perfect opportunity. And I would try to use those again as I tweak the recipe because we do like the dried cherry. I think some chocolate chips would actually be a yummy combination with those. And so I may try that the next time around. I think any kind of dried fruit would work really well with this recipe. And even though these are definitely not our favorite things in the world, never fear, we will be eating them. I will not let them go to waste. That just hurts my heart too much. So we will be using them up in the upcoming days. Okay, I just had to hop on here because I have a quick update. I just got a package in the mail and look at what I got. My sweet sister sent me coffee. How amazing is that? Some of you guys already know her. She has a YouTube channel at Mary Catherine's Table. So if you don't know her, go check her out now. But here's my dilemma. I just spent $12 and change on coffee this past week. So do I save that coffee and reallocate that money for March and free up $12 more for this month? Or do I just stay the course and just stick it out for this month? I don't know. What would you do? Tell me in the comments. Listen, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching.